Well, in July of '09, I was bit by a mosquito. Ended up with contracting West Nile virus.
He went from sleeping a lot to having vision problems, speech problems, and starting to stumble. And at his lowest point, he couldn't even pick himself up off the floor. And he was basically an invalid. And then he started coming back, and today he is able to walk, but is unsteady. He has permanent vision damage. His speech isn't what it was. His thinking is not what it was. He finds things that he is able to do, but his life is very different than what it used to be.
Basically being taken out of everything that I knew, the business, the ranch, and having to leave that because I was in no shape for any of that. And wondering where I would end up, because like Doris said, I walked into the hospitals the first time and came out basically in a wheelchair. Couldn't walk, stand up, anything.
Without that miracle, this is where life is. And so I guess on a day-to-day basis, when I let my mind go there, seeing Gary struggle, you know, every morning it's a struggle for him to get going and have purpose in life. The depression is very real. He fights that a lot. So that's been very difficult, as life has just totally changed for between us, around us, relationships with other people, with other friends. The work relationship, we worked side by side, and we don't, it's not like that anymore. Life is just totally different than how it used to be.
It was one of those things that just happened. Can I say it shouldn't have been me? Or should I say, I'm glad it's me, you know? As far as the way I am, I can't imagine anybody else going through this. But am I happy I go through it? No. But it's just the way it is. Things happen, and it happened.
I think that everybody, you know, wants to know why. I could quickly go back to when my dad passed away and a few years before that, and at that point, I guess my story, I have more of a story then because of the night that I tried to bring him back and the why God, you know. And so when I prayed at that point and it didn't go my way, I stayed pretty angry for a number of years. And so that's probably just the short story of that. So I had come out of that when this happened with Gary, and my faith was a lot stronger. And I realized that things do happen. It's life. Yes, I think there's been a few times where I know there has, where my faith has been rocked, but it's different now than back then, and I feel like God really grew me through that time to help prepare for this.
Obviously, I would love to be healed. I would love to regain what I had and do what I used to do. But I don't believe that that will take place at this time. And so I'll just keep doing what I can do, the best I can do it, and along the way just continue to learn and be glad I'm here.
Through this, I have wanted for God to use it, and I know there's things in life where you don't really see how it's being used or the why of it.
Seek out someone to talk with. It's pretty hard to go alone. I tell you that with my experience. Bring God into it. Lots of prayer.
Just know that you're not alone. I'm very careful when I do talk to somebody that's going through something, not to say I understand, because I don't think any of us can say that I understand your pain, your problem. Exactly, because we're all individuals and we all face things differently, and likewise, nobody can totally understand what we go through, what I go through. Nobody is alone, even though you feel like that. And there's times where I might feel alone, but I know God is there, and He has proven that a number of times where something just out of the blue has happened that has been a reminder to me that He is still there walking through this with us. And another thing, we live 50 miles from church, and it's a real pain sometimes to get motivated to go. Being surrounded by other people and just being in that worship atmosphere is something that really helps me a lot. And another thing that I just go back to that has really helped me a lot is looking around. There's so many things out there that if you look, to be thankful for, and in helping other people, that say somebody's going through something that you know they are going through, if you could just stop and listen to them and get your mind off your own thing, it just helps to be able to come together and be able to help somebody else in their own life difficulty, whatever that may be. And I've had plenty of times of doing that in the last 5 years.